In this video, we are going to talk about using TikTok to sell more books. We'll talk about what strategies are getting the best results and how you can implement them into your own publishing business. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me here today. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel because I would love to see you back here next week. So, TikTok. I think we all thought TikTok was just going to be some social media trend or fad that was going to die out after the excitement of there being a new social media platform to use, but it seems like TikTok is just continuing to get more and more popular as time goes on. It's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. I did share a video a little while ago about using TikTok to promote and sell more low content books, and by low content books I mean books like coloring books, activity books, puzzle books, etc. And you guys did really give that video a lot of love. And I have been keeping an eye on TikTok ever since to see what was going to happen with it and whether the whole BookTok trend was going to die off. But at this point it hasn't. It's still going strong and has become one of the most popular places to promote books and actually get really great results from it. In fact, I'd say that authors and publishers are seeing the most results in terms of sales from having TikTok accounts to promote their books. And one thing that I do really like about creating videos for TikTok is that they are very, very easily transferred over to other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, where you can repurpose your content that you created for TikTok and post it to Instagram Reels or post it to Facebook Stories without really very much more effort. So what we are going to do today is take a look at some author and publisher accounts on TikTok that are seeing success both in terms of their following and views on TikTok as well as their book sales. Because as always, I love to look at what other people are doing and dissect what's working for them, what are they doing that we can start to implement some of these same strategies into our own social media strategies to see if we can also see similar results. The people or the accounts that I am going to share today are people who I know are successful with their books, and by successful I mean that they are making at least a part-time income, but most of them are making a full-time income, some even more than that, and that they believe they have achieved that kind of success in part to or by adding TikTok to their marketing strategy. First of all, let's just quickly go over what it is that TikTok deems important in terms of how people interact with your videos and your account that determines whether or not your videos get pushed out to more viewers or not. Because this is going to help us recognize what videos are popular when we're looking at these accounts and what videos will be helpful for us to make that have more chance of being popular with the TikTok algorithm. So the most important thing to get your videos seen by more people is engagement and views. The more views that you get where your video is watched from beginning to end, and then the kind of engagement that you get, whether that be a heart, a comment, or a share, is going to get your video possibly seen by even more people. This is why you sometimes go on TikTok and see people make videos that are too short to read the captions or to read the text on the video, because then you'll have to watch the video over and over again until you're able to read what it is they've written on their video. TikTok also favors the use of trending sounds or music, because if there is a trending sound or some piece of music that is trending, it means people are going to look for more videos using that sound. TikTok does not take into account the size of your follower count, which is really great news for new accounts. It bases everything on your most recent video. And in saying that, its algorithm doesn't take into account any well-performing previous videos. So let's say you did have a video a couple months ago that went viral, maybe you got 1 million views on it, and so you think this is it, all my newer videos are also going to see similar kind of results. It doesn't matter. TikTok doesn't even look at your past videos or their performance. All it's looking at is the most recent video that you've posted and how people are interacting with that most current video, which again, I think is really great for new accounts, people just starting out, because then you don't have that expectation of trying to compete with some of those massive accounts with millions of followers or people who have had previous videos with millions of views. Everybody is on basically an even keel when they're posting a new video. I mean, obviously it's going to help if you do have a lot of followers, because then you've got a lot of people already anticipating a new video to watch. But in terms of getting your video pushed out into the algorithm, it's great news for new accounts or for smaller accounts to know that this is how TikTok and its algorithm works. Also, one thing to keep in mind is you may look at these accounts, or you may go into TikTok yourself to have a look at some accounts and feel like they already have a lot of videos posted because they've been doing it for a while. They have a lot of followers, or they have a lot of likes on their videos, or a lot of views on their videos. And it can sometimes make people feel really disheartened or maybe even overwhelmed, because when you are just starting out with no followers and you've got no content and no one is really seeing that content, it feels like you'll never get to that point of having a lot of followers or a lot of views. But you just have to remember, you're looking at these accounts with big follower numbers. They all started at 0 as well, and they have just built it up over time. It's all just about consistency and persistence. Okay, let's go look at some TikTok accounts. In the last video that I did about TikTok, I did focus only on low content books. So this time I am going to take a bit of time to look at more high content books, but the principles and strategies that people use that we're going to look at today can be used across any type of book whatsoever. Okay, the first account that I want to look at today is an author called Elsie Silva. She writes romance books with a country, small town kind of genre to them, and she is super popular on Amazon. Some of the most popular romance books available at the moment. So although she doesn't have a massive, what people would consider a massive amount of followers, her videos on TikTok seem to do very well. We can see that we've got a recent one here with 21,000 views and another one next to it, 13.9 thousand views. And then the rest have a decent amount of views on them. So if we have a quick scroll through the most recent ones, we can see that they all seem to be just a stock image of some kind, or maybe a stock video. It doesn't look like the author herself puts her face on videos, which is great for those of you who don't want to have your face out there, you don't want to be on social media, or you're very intimidated, shy, whatever the case may be. You don't always have to have your face on video to be successful or to make this work. So let's have a quick look at this most recent one that does have 21,000 views, and we'll see what happens. Just going to turn the music off because YouTube doesn't like music. It just looks like a few different images with some quotes or a very small snippet of part of her book. Super simple. I mean, pretty much anybody can create a video like that, especially if you are an author and you already have books written. You can create these types of videos where you just put little snippets from your book, some text or some part which you think people are going to be interested in that will pique their interest in wanting to read the book. And it's as simple as that. And then as you can see here in the comments, we've got someone there. What's the book title? I need to add it to my to be read list. And this person said that they ended up purchasing her entire other series. What's the book? Part of a series. So that's getting people, potential customers, interested in what's this book? Is this a new book that she's writing? Is it one that's already out? Now, one thing that we can do as well when you are doing research on TikTok is instead of scrolling through all the videos, because quite often people who post on TikTok post quite a lot of videos, if we want to just see a person's most popular videos of all time, there is a little Chrome plugin that you can install, and it's called Sort for TikTok, and we just click start. We can sort all the videos by the most popular, so we can see what her most popular videos are and figure out why are these videos the most popular. So her most popular video has 1.1 million views. Let's see what happens. Okay, bit steamy. And just a video of, I think that's The Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio. That might have been a trending video at the time. That's why she used it, which may have been why it worked. People who like to read steamy romance, that would definitely get their attention, that text that she used on that video. Now, the next one that's the most popular has 303,000 views. This video is current because I've seen that video in the background on a lot of videos in the romance niche. So something must be going on with that particular video and sound that people are loving, and it's helping the videos trend and get pushed out into the algorithm. And again, it is just a quote or a snippet from her book, getting people interested in a book, whether it's a new book that she's writing, whether it's one that's already out, maybe it's her newest release or something like that. So very, very simple, super simple videos that are easy to make. Anyone can make them. You don't need your face, you don't need your voice on camera, and they would not take long at all to create. Now, I do have quite a few accounts I want to look at, so I'm not going to spend too much time on any particular one. We're just going to try and get a feel for what authors and publishers, self-publishers in particular, are creating when it comes to TikTok videos. Okay, the next account I want to look at is another romance author. She does paranormal romance, and I did want to look at this one because I know that this particular self-publisher is killing it on Amazon. Again, an account that doesn't have a massive, what would be considered a massive amount of followers, and author of gritty new adult and paranormal romance books. We can look at the views on her videos. We can see that they're not as high as the account that we just looked at. It is a different genre of romance book. Somebody who is not using their face in any of their most recent videos by the looks of it. And what I did want to look at with these is these reels where she's doing these part 1, part 2, part 3. These are different series that she has written. West and Blue, I have read that series. West and Blue are a character out of a particular series that she wrote. Pretty Boy D is another book from the series that go with West and Blue. They're just different characters, and each character has its own book. So what she's done is she has created parts. So basically, she's just taken a snippet, lots and lots of snippets from different parts of the book, again, to get people interested in that series. So if we scroll all the way down, she's got all different snippets from different series going all at once. But let's take a quick look at maybe part 41, this one here. So she's answering somebody's comment, or she's featuring somebody's comment, which is a great way to get your audience and your potential customers involved. If they get excited about the fact their comment might get featured on your reel, that's a really cool thing to do. It encourages people to comment more. And again, this is just a video, a stock video of some kind, or maybe even a video she's taken showing the sunset, and then just has a few different pieces of text from a part of her book. Again, super simple, very easy to make. Now I'm going to sort this one again to see the most popular videos from this account. Scroll back to the top. So her most popular videos have 1.8 million views, 1 million views, and it's from the West and Blue series. So she's just got a little video in the background and some quotes from her book again. And these kind of videos are what are really helping self-published books. And then I can see here that this is a newish kind of feature on TikTok where you can create a playlist. So if somebody just wants to see particular videos to do with a certain topic, a certain book, or a certain series, you can post them at the top here. And then of course you can link to your books, your series, your page on Amazon where all your books are, things like that. So people do have a way to get directly from your TikTok account to any books that you might have for sale. Okay, the next account I would like to look at is Alex Asta. Now this particular author is not self-published, so I do want to have a look at what some non-self-published authors are doing. It doesn't really matter, I guess, whether you're looking at a self-published author or not, because customers don't really care if you're self-published or not. All they care about is the book, whether it's in their interest, whether they want to read it. But I find it interesting as well because I feel like people who want to be an author want to be published traditionally through a publishing house because it has some sort of merit to it, I guess. It makes it more, there's like a legitimacy to it. You know, there's sort of this stigma, or there used to be a stigma around being self-published. If you were self-published, it's because you couldn't make it as a real author in a way. But the reality is that just because you are published by a traditional publisher does not mean that they are going to push and promote your book and make you a best-selling author. You actually still have to do all your own marketing 99% of the time. And this just goes to show that. So this person, she is traditionally published and still doing her own marketing. So she has a huge following on TikTok, 1.1 million followers. If we take a look at her videos, you know, they're not performing massively more than those other accounts we just looked at. Obviously, having more followers, you are going to get a bit of better results in terms of more consistency with your views. But considering she's got 1.1 million followers, I think at first glance you would expect her videos to have a lot of views, but her videos are performing only marginally better than the two accounts we just looked at that had very, very small followers compared to this one, which just goes into that TikTok algorithm not really caring how many followers you have or not really caring how many views your previous videos have. But if we take a look at her most recent ones, 10.5 thousand views, 11,000 views, 53,000, and she's doing a very similar thing to what everybody else is doing, is basically having a sound. We'll turn the sound on. So she's just got a trending sound, she's holding her book, and she's got a quote from her book. So doing pretty much exactly what the other two accounts were doing, except she is showing her face. Some people feel showing your face creates more of a personality, creates more of a connection with customers, but doesn't seem to be affecting the other accounts that are not showing their face. And then here is that trending video that most romance authors have been using, that trending video and probably a sound. So taking advantage of the trending videos, the trending sounds, really helps get your videos out there to new viewers. Another popular video that we have here is a day in her life as a full-time author. People love seeing behind the scenes of what people do, how they work, their processes, things like that. These kind of videos can get really, really popular. And even if you think your life's boring, people don't care. People are nosy. They like knowing what you're doing, whether it's exciting or whether it's boring. So if you're confident enough to do that sort of video, people love those kind of videos as well. So I'm going to sort these videos as well to see what the most popular videos are that she has. Her most popular video, 7.1 million views. Let's see what it was about. So it's a 4-second video, basically just her summarizing her book. And so her book has just obviously been released when she created this video earlier this year. And let's listen to the sound. So that might have been a trending sound at the time as well, which helped push her video out to even more people. And then the next video, she's got some 6.5 million, 6.3 million, 6.1 million on the Kelly Clarkson show. So she does have a lot of videos that have some really good views that went viral. It is interesting to look at a really big account to see what kind of videos she has done and how it's affected her account, how it's affected her book sales and things like that. Looking at these bigger accounts, it's a really good way to have something to aim for or to have something to aspire to, I guess. Not everybody's going to end up with a 1 million follower account or anything like that, but it's good to see the kind of videos that these people are making, these creators are making as well, because if it's working for them and it's working for smaller accounts, then it's probably a good strategy to implement yourself. Okay, and the next author that I want to look at is author Brandon Sanderson. He has a pretty decent following, 137,000 followers, and let's take a look at the kind of books that he publishes. So maybe some kind of fantasy. So it does look like some sort of fantasy genre books that he writes, and his videos do really, really well. They perform really well. We can see here that his most recent videos have huge amount of views. So let's have a look at what it is that he's doing. Let's take a look at this particular one.
This is one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do you name characters? This is definitely more...
So he's actually answering questions and providing writing advice for people who perhaps want to write themselves. Then we've got this one here, 911,000 views.
And adaptations that don't. I'm going to talk about film right now. I pay a lot of attention to how fantasy books get adapted.
So he's talking about books that get made into films and his opinion on them. So it's not just about his books. He's providing a lot of advice, his opinions around the fantasy genre, both in books and in movies. He's obviously showing his face on each video. So he is creating a bit of a connection by people getting to know him, or they feel like they're getting to know him because they can see what he looks like. They can see the way he talks. And so if he's, I guess, providing advice writing advice on or opinions on the industry that he writes in, is sort of cementing or putting himself out there as an expert. And if he's an expert at this particular thing, then people are going to want to buy his books because he knows what he's talking about. Perhaps they like his opinions, they agree with his opinions, and so they feel like his books are going to be the kind of books that they like to read. So it's just a different kind of way to encourage customers to get to know you, which then translates hopefully over into more book sales later on. And so you can see there's a couple different ways you can go about it. And I feel like you just need to do a ton of research, get onto TikTok, look at accounts that are in your niche, in your genre, what it is you want to write or what it is you do write, or whatever kind of books it is that you're selling, whether it be low content or high content. Take a look at what these accounts are doing. Pick out the things that you think are going to suit you in terms of, do you want your face on camera or not? Do you want your voice on camera or not? How much time do you have to dedicate to creating videos? How many videos do you want to create each day or each week? You know, how much time can you spend on this? What kind of content do you feel comfortable creating? And so go through all those things and then find the kind of videos that you think are going to suit you the most, that you think that you can create. And are those types of videos working for other people in your niche? And if yes, then go ahead and start creating those kind of videos. And you'll find as time goes on, the more that you create videos, the more you get to know the platform. You'll just try different things now and then. You'll find what works, what doesn't work. You might even get comfortable enough to start putting your face on camera if you really wanted to, or doing day in the life type of videos if that's the kind of thing that you want to do. But there's no doubt and there's no denying that TikTok is just amazing for authors and self-publishers at the moment, and you may as well take advantage of it while it's still working. And at this point, TikTok isn't going anywhere, and it does seem at this point that it is the most effective way to market books without having to outlay a lot of money. If you have been using TikTok already, let me know down in the comments below how it's working. Have you seen results? How much time do you spend on TikTok? Share your TikTok account if you feel comfortable doing so. I'd love to see what anyone's doing out there with TikTok and self-publishing. Hopefully this video has helped you see some of the strategies that are working for other authors and other self-publishers on TikTok, and also that these are things that anyone can implement. Just take the time to learn the platform and keep an eye on other accounts in your niche to see what is working for them, so you can try out the same strategies and figure out what it is that works best for you, for your account, and for your books. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.